Okay, for some reason our power here in Lee Summit went out a little while ago, so I'm going to do this from outside. This is 2 front pieces and 2 back pieces. You want to use different colors for the front and back, just in case the person has to take it off, that it makes it much easier for them to remember which side was against their face and which side wasn't. The back pieces are a little bit smaller, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. These can be easily cut up by hand from the patterns on the internet or myself. I have a home laser, so I cut these all out perfectly, and I can make around 80 sets an hour. I will put a link up to the cutting pattern for those online. What else? Okay, so if you have a serger, this next step, it's a lot easier, but you can use it with a regular sewing machine or by hand. You want to do this middle seam on each of these first, and then you go ahead and you serge or sew these side pieces just to kind of cut down on raveling. And then you will put them together with the good sides in the middle, and you will go ahead and sew along the top and the bottom here, being careful not to seal off the ends, because on the final step, when you get this other part finished, you're going to turn it inside out, and you want to have this pocket available here at the end. So on either side there's like a little pocket, and you can put in a piece of filter material, or you can put in a twist tie or a paper clip to help bend around the nose. Also, elastic is just about impossible to find anywhere, so we've gone ahead, and this design has a tube. You can go ahead and make a tube on either side, and that way you can run through, you know, whether you have ribbon or shoelaces or whatever. Then, because all fabrics come from the factory with a kind of a, depending on where it is, formaldehyde or whatever, just to keep moths and bugs from eating it, you want to go ahead and wash this. So wash these by themselves. Don't mix in your towels or whatever. And then when you're done running them through the washer and dryer, make sure your hands are clean. And then go ahead and, just to make it easier for the person who's going to receive it, put them individually in Ziploc bags if possible, or sets of 10 or a dozen if you're going to give them to a nurse. And this way they will stay clean and just be ready to go. You can get big giant bags of these at Walmart. If you can't go, I'm sure you've got a neighbor who's still out there crazily going to the stores. These are some of our earlier designs that we weren't really happy with, just because the pleats are a real pain to get done right, and they also kind of depended on having elastic. This is one of the first ones that I made for myself, and this is the one that I actually wear myself out in public. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.